この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Girls und Panzer episode 3 and probably episode 4. Before we get started, I just noticed that there's a watch order text file included with the torrent downloaded that I have. So I opened it, and the tentatively recommended episode in OVA's watching order is episodes 1 through 4, and then OVA's 1 through 3, and then episode 5, and then recap 1, and then episode 6, 7, OVA 4. I don't know. Is that a good idea? I don't know if that's a good idea. Should I watch OVAs 1 through 3 after episode 4? I don't know. I mean, there's a good chance we're going to watch episode 4 today, so I'd like to know by next week. So let me know in the Discord or in the comments or wherever. Anyway, that's kind of neither here nor there. I just happened to be right on my mind because I glanced at it before starting the video. But we're here for Girls und Panzer, episode 3. Episode 2 was pretty good. I probably could have watched another episode, could have watched episode 3 along with it, but I didn't. But we have our core group of 4 about to become 5, pretty obviously, because we see the 5 of them together in, like, the OP and stuff. So we've got Miho, our prime goober, Takebe, our romantic bubble. I don't know what to think of her as, except she's bubbly and thinks of everything as romance. Isuzu, who is our perfect pretty girl, Yukari, who is the sleepifier, and Mako, who is the Senshado Taku. Yeah, something like that. I'm not entirely sure what roles they have taken in their tanks, but the big, most important thing by far is that we have our real main characters entering the fray in this episode, and those main characters are, of course, the Tonki Boys. It's all about the fucking Tonki Boys. So we've got, of course, our Panzer IV, which is going to be our main girls' 5-man crew. Cool. We've got a 38T, a light tank, being helmed by the 3-man student council. Cool. We've got an 89B, which is a medium tank, diesel engine, and it's being piloted by the volleyball club. So should be real hot-blooded and stuff. We've got the Stug 3, which was apparently the most produced German tank. I know nothing about tanks, but I did like a tiny bit of research because I need the barest minimum of a foundation. And apparently the Stug 3 is not technically a tank. It's considered an assault gun, so it's more for hard targets and infantry support than actual tank v tank combat. We'll see if that comes into play. And then that one's being helmed by the military cap girl, the one with the yellow hair that's like out to the sides like this, and then the other girl with the headband and one eye closed. Don't know anything about them. And then there's the M3 Lee, which is apparently a tank that has really high range, and that sounds cool. And it's being piloted by a group of relatively generic characters that don't have a lot of flair to them. They're just girls doing the tank thing. They're the other cute girls doing cute things show that happens to be filming on location at the same time. That's what that group is. Okay, so those are our tanks and our teams piloting those tanks. I don't know if those tanks are going to stay the same throughout the entire show. I assume there's probably a chance that teams might like switch tanks or upgrade tanks or get tanks destroyed or whatever. But we did kind of have the magical ability to turn rust buckets into shiny, pristine tanks that actually work, with no indication that any of our girls have anything like actual mechanical skill. They just washed them like it was a car wash. And then they were magically perfectly clean, perfect tanks. So I don't think that like durability is a huge factor except in battle. Beyond that, we were introduced to our teacher, our sensei, who is Ami Chono, and is familiar with our main character's sister, who is a very, very famous Senshato competitor. So that's where some of that weight of expectations, familiarity with Senshato comes from. And we all determined that we actually want to do the Senshato thing, and we're going to do our first bit of in-tank practice stuff out in the field. And yeah, that's getting started. But as we roll out onto the field in order to start shooting guns at other girls, we almost roll over Sleeping Girl because she's sleeping, which is fairly convenient because we need a 5th member for our crew. I believe that one person is currently doing 2 roles. It's, I think, loader and radio. operator, I think, is what's being shared. So she'll take over one of those probably and allow everybody else to do their own thing, which should be good. And then we can, as usual with these shows, once we get all of our characters together, finally, we can figure out what their dynamic is going to look like. I think we've got a pretty good idea of what it's going to look like because we've got the vast majority of the characters already settled. But how's this tank battle going to go? I don't know. I think it's probably going to be pretty fun, though. Is this tank battle the one that we saw at the beginning? I don't think so, because the tanks aren't currently colored. They're not currently painted colored, and there were other tanks that they were fighting against. So I think that's their, like, probably their first actual battle match, where they're against another school or something. That makes sense. Okay, cool. So I'm enjoying Girls and Panzer so far. It's been fun. Let's watch more. Good? Good. Okay, I've got episode 3 of Girls und Panzer up and ready to go. It's sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description. Timer-based version will be up on YouTube. If you want to do a syncy thing, sync up your own copy with the timer-based version, you are welcome to do so. Just get your copy ready because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you now. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, so those have got to be all team symbols, right? Like a murder bunny and like a swirly tortoise or turtle. I don't know, some kind of shelled creature. I really like this OP. Reminds me of the kind of songs that KyoNA chooses for some of their OPs. And the singer has a really nice, like, never mind, I'm just gonna shut up. And we're in it. Please don't run over the sleeping child. Is she gonna, like, backflip over the tank or something? Oh my god, she is. Oh, kind of. Not quite as badass as I expected. Oh, hi. Oh. She was sleeping. A little detail in all of the different ways that their hair moved during that impact. Okay, so it's not sleepiness, it's low blood pressure or anemia. Oh, that makes sense. Get that girl some iron. I wonder if she has a switch. Like a switch that flips. You know? Where she goes all crazy manic mode. I don't think it takes that long to reload, though. Oh, shit. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Yeah, oh boy. That was really cool, though. Alright, there's our CG. Is that the Lee? No, that would be the Stug. No, that is the Lee. No, that's the Panzer. Okay. I'll catch up eventually. Okay, so it was the Stug that just shot them. Oh, okay. So this is her moment to shine with innate talent. Maybe. Oh. Okay, she'll be the driver. What? That's not fair. Oh. Okay. Well, we are getting gangbanged here. That needs a Brazzers logo. I think at that point you just hope that the shots hit the tank and not the bridge. Okay. Hmm? Looks like somebody's becoming a commander. Clunk. Yeah. Slow turn. This is the race. They had to sell that moment. Oh, there's our dink flag. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, we figured out her trigger. Switch flipped. Hmm. Okay, I've got my list. The 89 is the volleyball club. Ooh, those are that's live ammo. Uh, magic. Wow, we're just bodying the whole field. Oh, got him. Oh no. Oh, that's not good at all. Ooh. Yeah. Well, I think we won. We did it. From a terrible situation. Nicely done. Well played. That is a very fair point. It was not by our skill, but by their lack thereof. Still, take it as a win. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Pizza party for the whole team. Oh, that face. Mmm. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. You started doing it automatically. Huh? Are you? She's just sleeping in the other tub. Sweet. Just passed out. Radio? Yeah. Yeah. Then we need loader and gunner, commander, driver. Yeah, she. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah, you did. Mm hmm. I wonder who that could be. No, no, no chance. Ah, fuck. All right, well, we're gonna have to fix that. Oh. Oh. Backs against a wall, door opens. Ding. Nice. We did it. Okay. Whatever you need to tell yourself. Hmm. Huh? Ah, me too. Oh, yeah, we gotta pimp our tank. Trick my tank. Yeah. It's a tank. Now that's an idea. But now that's also not a bad idea. That might not be necessary. Hey. All right, so everyone it is just done. All right, that helps a lot with figuring out which is which. All right, so we chose to keep our tank the same color, which is a good idea, but we decked out the inside. Good shit. Oh, nice, comfy, cozy. Got a little drink holder and got everything we need. It's pretty over the top. Shed sweat, not blood. The Africa core. Wow. Hmm. That is shiny bright. Very visible. Yeah, it's a travesty. But they're cute. Ha ha ha. That's got some layers to it, but okay. What is this? Oh, this is all right, all right. This is the other school that thinks they're hot shit. All right, all right, all right. We got to show them what for. Let's go. Clunk. Ah, target practice. Loda. Nice. How do you avoid kicking up dust during a attack? Yeah, that is just glowing. Very, very hidden. You've got a grandma fucking bowing to you like it's a shrine. Come on. Alright, so get to know the limits of your tonks. Against whom? Saint Gloriana. They sound like stuck-up bitches. 6 a.m. on Sunday. Oh, yeah. 6 a.m. is not gonna happen. Yeah. It's not happening. It won't work. You'll have to literally carry her. She knows what's up. Nope. We've accomplished nothing together. It's been great. Can't do it. Ooh, bringing family into it. That's a low blow. But well done. Ah, okay. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. The way the one closest to us just. Alright, what's the thought? You wanna plan around their plan? Let's go. Mmm. Ah. Keikakudori. Aha. Aha. Well, that would work for you, considering that seems to be all you eat. Eh? What dance? Okay. That's a bad thing. Okay. Now I'm desperately curious. Which is the point? Hmm. Yeah, did we not go and literally physically pick her up? Because we need to. Yeah, you need to physically pick her up and bring her. Yeah, this is a feel. Oh. Is that street legal? I don't think that's street legal. Holy shit. That's definitely not street legal. At like 5 a.m., come on. And in a way, this ties into the episode 1 run down the street again. Except we're doing it in a tank this time. Hmm. Excellent. Ooh. Gosh, the scale of the thing. Wait, are we in port? We are in port. Okay. Yeah. Once upon a time. Not gonna... So Oarai is the port, not the boat. Okay, I kind of thought it was the boat. Hello, big old boat. Oh. Okay, so we compete on land. And each school and is a city on a boat. And St. Gloriana is much richer. Okay. What the fuck happened to our world? Why are we on boats? Sweet. Cool. For a practice match? All right, so 5 straightforward tanks, 4 of them identical. All right, Gloriana girls. Woo! 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 I mean, I hate her, but yeah, I mean, she's a stuck-up bitch, but whew! Oh, come on. Okay. All right, let's do this. Oh, so yeah, 4 Gloriana, 4 the ones that start with an M, and then the one is the Churchill, right? So this is the match that we were seeing at the very beginning. So we're back to the beginning of episode 1. Familiar sequence. Yeah, all right. Different music though. Completely. Completely different tone. Thanks for the pressure. I needed more pressure. Vroom. Tank girls go whirr. Oh shit, that's the episode. Well, yeah, we're definitely watching another one. There's just no two ways about it. Perfect. Do your best as commander. That's all we can ask from ya. Absolutely. So I was just looking up the Matilda, which is the one of the tanks that they're going up against. They're going up against 4 of them. It's a British tank. Lots and lots of heavy armor and making it immune to tanks such as the quote 38T Panzer 3 and 4. So that's rough, and that's exactly what they said. We're gonna have to get really fucking close to actually do anything. And then there's the Churchill, which is exactly what it looks like. It is big, it is heavy, it is fucking strong boy, and it has got a lot of armor. Holy shite. Cool. So, a couple things I like about that. Immediately, our characters have a lot more character. Our tanks do, at the very least, which is important because we want to be able to root for them. And so, yeah, they've got character to them. Very, very literally, they're very recognizable. Where the other is kind of a generic wall of brown and greenish, olive drab. So, yeah. And we've got a bit of an underdog element built into it because the Gloriana or whatever high school is so obviously better prepared than they are, right? They've got all these great fine tanks, they've got strategy, they're experienced, they know what they're doing. Then even their school ship apparently is like twice, maybe 3 times the size of ours. So is big, and they're a big ol' competitive school. So we've got an underdog element going in. We're gonna face off against this crew. I expect either we will have a narrow defeat or a narrow victory. One or the other. Either this will go the route of like we still lose, which is what's expected, but we do better than expected and put up a fair fight, or they underestimate us and we show just why Miho deserves to be commander, you know? Really pull it together. Okay, that's enough about this ending moment of the episode, which is cool, and there's some cool stuff here. Seeing more bits and pieces of the world is fantastic. The idea that they come home to the Ori port is interesting to me because I didn't know that would be the case. I didn't know if they were going to be competing on deck or what. Just no idea. So that works. That's a thing. The anglerfish dance is a fun idea. And I mean that because I expect that it's something that we'll never see. I fully expect that it's something that we'll never see. But this idea of a big, threatening, scary thing that we don't know the nature of, we don't really know what it is kind of fun. It makes me curious what the actual, like, Batsu game, what the punishment would be. And yeah, it's just curious and interesting and funny because we get all of these crazy reactions to the idea of the anglerfish dance that are way overblown for just doing a dance, right? It's pretty ridiculous. Okay, we are also given a lot of indications that the student council has a scheme in the works. We had these from the very beginning, when they were trying to get Miho to do the thing, but now it's really sort of coming together. They really want her to be the forefront of their rebirth of Senshato at Ori. And we don't know quite why, but that's clearly what they want, and that's clearly what they're going for. Okay, cool. Interesting. So OP. This stuff, this was a cool moment. I thought that we would play it up even more and have her be super ultra badass and do like a handspring onto the back of the tank and just be like, "What's up?" But no, she still jumps on it, which is pretty neat. And then it's the little things in every episode that make me happy. Like this goes off and just each of the characters reacts in a fun and serious way, and there's a lot of detail put into the way that their hair blows in this blast of wind. It's neat. It's neat. Okay, and then the crowded area under the tank, and then the worst idea to get on this bridge, very scary, and this whole sequence. This is really cool. I think this is really cool and really well done. It kind of brought me into the moment, despite the CG. Like, I think in a moment like this, you're battling with the fact that you need to use CG for these elements because you want this to feel visceral and like actually scary and tense, and they managed to do it. And I think that the little 2D cuts that are cut in between are crucial for that. This one in particular, where the wire snaps, is crucial for building that realism, that verisimilitude. Yeah, so this moment where we scrape against the wire and the individual strands of the heavy cable are torn apart and eventually fray and snap. That's really awesome. And it looks super good. And then character reactions, then cut to wides. And they really, really nailed the movement of it. And beyond just the movement of the CG objects, like the tank, Miho's feet are locked to that section of what's supposed to be steel, or like corrugated steel on the bridge. They're locked to it. So is her hand once it goes down, and when it sways, she does too. There's nothing off about it. There's none of that. Often when you have digital backgrounds or CG backgrounds and characters moving on them, there's a little bit of flub, and you don't necessarily notice it at full speed on first viewing, but if you go back and watch it slow, or you frame by frame it, you realize the characters are kind of sliding around on the screen, and it matches up, but not quite. And so you lose a bit of the believability of like a character running on a moving floor. It doesn't feel like the character's actually propelling themselves along the floor because the motion of the floor is disconnected from the motion of the character's legs and feet. But here, her feet are locked to the ground as she does this little tumble. This little, her weight catches. It's super good. And then she sways back as the weight goes this way. It's super good. This whole sequence is excellent. Okay, and then we are being assaulted, but narrowly missed. We all hop on in. Everybody's kind of teaming up against us, which sucks. And we swap out for a new driver. Boom. Awesome. Fire barrage. We're in reverse. Everybody's teaming up. We missed. There's not enough time. Okay, so then we have this moment. The race to align the guns, right? The race to get everything lined up. Got to hit them before they can hit us. What we're also doing here is we're teaching the audience elements of tank combat that we might not immediately clue into and might not immediately think about, but that will be probably crucially important moving forward. How fast does the turret rotate? Can the turret rotate, or do you have to rotate the entire tank in order to line up the gun? That's a huge difference and a huge advantage of their Panzer versus this is the Stug, right? I think so. Huge difference, right? If the Stug has to actually maneuver its tracks to line up the guns, they can turn around and shoot them faster. Fuck yeah, they win. Likewise, if they end up in a location like this bridge or a narrow choke where you can't necessarily pull a quick Yui, some tanks might be totally nerfed by that, completely useless in that situation. So it's teaching us these little elements to what tank combat could look like and things to keep in mind, and I think that's clever and good. Okay, and then we get this moment. So I said it during the reaction, but we have to sell this moment. It is crucial for the episode 3. We kind of did this in the episode 1 as well. I think that an episode 1 sell is important and an episode 3 sell is important, both for a seasonal show. I think the episode 1 sell is more important. And when I talk about a sell, I mean the moment that you as a viewer go, fuck, this is cool. The moment that you maybe switch from being on the fence about the show to being in. Often moments in episode 1s are Sakaga driven or similar. Example would be from this most recent batch of treasure hunting would be Gleipnir's episode 1, where we have that really, really potent cut of the main character bursting through a wall, and we do this rotation shot around him, and it's really tight. That would be like a cell. Or Eurocamp, the first moment where we open up and the music swells and we open up on one of the landscapes, and it's like, whoa, that's the moment, that's the cell, right? What's the cell for tank combat? It's when you get everything together, you line everything up just right, you load up the gun, and boom! Oh yeah. That's the moment, right? So we need our audience to feel that moment. If this is going to be the moment for our characters, and for some of them it is, we need our audience to feel it too. So that's what we have to do, and we do it. There's the build-up to it, which is the whole sequence leading up to this. You can consider build-up, but the immediate build-up, scene by scene. Holding, fire. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. I gotta start here. Build up in the dialogue, adding tension. We gotta hit them before they hit us. Let's go, hurry, right? We're still in motion. We line it up. We know that they've got this lined up, and they're not turning anymore. We've got them in our sights. Prepare to fire. Awesome. And what is our preparation to fire? Let's stop moving. Grind to a halt. So this is our like rear back, build tension, pull the rubber band. Hold the rubber band, hold the rubber band, hold the rubber band. Fire. Goosh, goosh, goomph. Clunk. Big sound effects, big visuals. Big boom, big victory. Sold. And then return to character reactions. One in particular being a standout. She has a thing for the big boom. She like to make a big boom. Okay, so everybody continues to team up against them, and they just keep going. They picked their spot, and they're just turning the turret. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Simultaneous fire, but we landed and they didn't. Momo-chan, you shouldn't have missed that shot. Why, is she supposed to be a good shot? Or was she just snarking at her? I don't know. And then this is another element to tank combat that we need to keep in mind. Terrain is really important, and you can get stuck. Even with all-terrain treads, you can get stuck, especially if you gun it in mud and muck. Be careful. You could break your tank. You don't want to break your tank. You will get yourself disqualified. So, victorious. And everybody throughout the course of the thing, there's a bit of show don't tell as Miho kind of automatically steps up and is delegating tasks and telling people what they need to be doing. It's like, all right, we get an idea for what the vibe of the crew is supposed to be. Perfect. All right. And we have ourselves a nice bath conversation, which is good and fun. We push Nishizumi to become the commander, and then we organize and figure out all the other roles for everybody else. She wants to be the gunner because, of course, she does. And we need a driver, but she doesn't want to do it because she doesn't want to do it, but she has to do it because repeating a grade is even worse. Sweet. We got our crew. So we go shopping, get a bunch of goofy things and cute stuff, and we gotta mention this. The tanks are awesome. This is fun and cute. The volleyball tank, fuck yeah, it's perfect. It's got like banner paint on it and volleyball logos, perfect. Pink for pink, awesome. The Weni Weedy Wiki. Awesome. Yeah. Good. This is cool as fuck. It's kind of ridiculous with the flags and stuff. It's over the top, but that's what makes it good. And then, of course, the shining gold is maybe even more ridiculous because Jesus, that is shiny. Okay. And our main crew kept theirs for the most part. Normal. Okay. Introducing these perfect putty girls who we're gonna body next week, I hope. Or actually, we're gonna watch the next episode right now, but next episode. Distance finding, target practice, good stuff. Figuring out a bunch of other little things that are important, and then the 6 a.m. conflict, which becomes a thing. You know, I feel you. I really feel you here. I would not want to be up at 6 a.m. for Senshadow either. All right. And again, maneuvering to get Miho into a position of command where she can lead us to great victory. Good stuff. A lot of little good animation bits and character moments over the course of this episode. And then this whole sequence of driving the tanks down the street and everybody being cool with that, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fucking fun. Seeing some more of the world, always good. This is just quite a character introduction. Just this pan. Woof. Okay, well, they are very confident, and we will see if that confidence is misplaced. Hopefully, our girls can kick their asses, because that sounds like a lot of fun. All right, good, fun episode of Girls und Panzer. Obviously leads directly into the next episode, where we're going to see our first real taste of Senshadow combat. I guess we got it in this match, but this was a team practice, and nobody except for Miho, and even then not really her, have any experience. So this is our first real match, and I'm excited. Let's take a break thingy, do a syncy thingy, and I will be back in just a minute for episode 4. See you in a minute. Peace. All right, welcome back. We are all synced up and good to go for Girls und Panzer episode 4. Let's get into it. Beep beep timer. Mm-mm-mm. Also, yeah, we didn't get the plan, so we're still not clear on what the plan around the plan is, right? We just had the recommendation to do decoy, and then Miho with they might think of that, so we have to plan around them thinking of that. But we don't know what they're actually going to do. That's good. That keeps us in the dark. Oh, those are the logos. What was that, an elephant? And then a bird, a duck? Or a goose or a swan or something? I don't know what that one is. All right. Okay. So it's team deathmatch. Hi. Brilliant. Ha 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 ha. Just casually having tea. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. These fucking Ojos. Show these Ojos what for. All right, so that is the flying V formation that we had at the very intro. So that is where we have flashed forward to. And organizing the guns out. And here we are. Here we are. And now we have a lot more clarity about which characters are speaking and why. And we get this shot instead of just seeing from the other side. So we get that sequence, but from this angle. That's so great. That's so great. They nailed it too. Bonk. Yeah, that's a big gun. Okay, we're baiting the trap, eh? So Panzer IV is acting as a decoy. Good thing we got an expert driver. So we get to see all these familiar scenes again. Yeah, they are. Vroom, vroom. And I believe that was where we cut the first time. I think she means sticking your head out. Yeah. But you gotta see. It's part of being a commander. Oh, they're just body-boroing. So we are trapping them in a kill box. Huh? Mmm. She's got her own little sunbed. Three minutes. Go, 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 go. Line up the shots. First volley. That was a little preemptive and also shooting at us. Please, no. Oh, hi. But is it a simple decoy tactic or is there more to it? Got shining gold. Boom, boom, boom. And it didn't work. She's a little trigger happy. Well, this did not work at all. So we are being circled around. As expected. This is all going kind of keikakudori. She is a lot. Okay, so what's the play? And where's the Panzer? That's gotta be the play, right? Oh no, the Panzer's there. Never mind. They're all stuck in the middle. I feel like we're the ones under pressure. Oh my god. Oh. Well, there goes your track. Yeah, that seems like an issue. Almost everyone's out of action. Yeah. Nope. D for deserted. Alright, pressure, 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 pressure. Yeah, but are you gonna give up? Come on. Come on, trust in you. Come on, we'll follow you to hell. Let's go. We put all our faith in you. Let's go. Counterattack. More sneaks. Round 2 sneakiness. We have lost half of our firepower. What's next? How are we gonna sneak this? Okay, we are on paved roads now. We are in territory with living people. Is that okay? Doesn't seem okay. That's a road. Taxpayers paid for that. Yeah, this seems a little dangerous. Going for the high-speed pursuit, high-speed chase camera. More sneaks. Where? Oh, that's... Wait, those are the flags. Got 'em. Guerrilla warfare. Cover everywhere. What is... Is there another tank in there staring you down right now? Uh... Teleports behind you very slowly. Omae wa mo shinderu. Nice. We strategized. Never a drop. How could you make us spill it? Ha 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 ha. I mean, it would. No flag? Yoinks. Yeah, what do? Oh shit. Time to 1v9. Alright, let's go. The POV chase is so much fun. Are we gonna dial it in? Oh my god. Where are you gonna go? You trapped? Trapped. Alright. What's the play, baby? Swordfish? Gonna gloat a little bit? Mm-hmm. Is there any shot? Is there a chance? Are we gonna do a... Oh! They fixed their tracks. Okay, that's gonna be a running gag. It's not that she's really good. It's that she's majestically bad. All right. Anybody else reminded a little bit of Code Geass episode like 2? I kind of am. With the urban environment and the... Oh, it's not enough, even that close. Oof. Oof. That Churchill's a problem. We'll end this here. All right. Oh, it was predicted. Uto. And it's... Dude, it's the equivalent of the swordsman's duel. Wow. We lost. Ah, okay. So, it was the close defeat, but doing much better than we thought, making them spill the drop of tea. Classic. It's like when your boxer main character has their first match and their first opponent is like, I'll fight you with my hand behind my back, and then they like force them to use the other hand. Or like Gon and Netero with the ball. It's perfect. I see. Have I been calling her Maho when she's Miho? I might have. I'm sorry. Oh, are we all gonna do it? Are we gonna get to see it? Oh my god. Stop! 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 Just roll credits. It's over. Oh my god, there's too much of this episode left. No, it just needs to be over. I don't care. I can just take the headphones off and we're done here. It's just over. The show's done. All right, I'm still watching, but oh, rip. Ah, bro looks like he's out of a 1999 manga. Oh, just some peasants, you know. Uh-oh. Uh Uh-oh. Rip. It's a big fucking house. Ikebana. Dude, go talk to your mom. Yeah. Bro gets it. No, this isn't a fault or a flaw. This is just something I want to do. Yeah, but she doesn't feel... Oh, rip again. It still exists. She's just channeling it into dope tank stuff. Alright, I'm estimating episode 8 to 10, this character will come around. Stand up for yourself. Then you are no longer my daughter? Fuck! Oh my god. Out of tanks. I'm sure you will too. I estimate it'll happen around episode 8. Aww. Yeah. Ah. Oh, hi. Yeah, you are. Y'all fucked up. Thanks. Okay. Okay. Thank you, other cute girls doing cute things show that happens to be filming at the same time. To our new friend. Are they teacups? Cool. Cool. We earned a little bit of respect. I'm sure we will. All right. We got the next thing. It's coming up. Saunders. Okay. The leader of Gloriana mentioned Saunders. Something about them being, like, the way that they fight being scummy. Are we just in it? Set up for next up? This look like American build, but I don't know. Fuck, that's a lot of tanks. Okay, so this is the school with 1,000,000 substitutes and like the biggest Sen Shadow program, that kind of school. Got it. Power player. And they probably think like we have the optimum tank and that's why all our tanks are the same and that kind of stuff. Cool. Okay. Wait, is this different? This is a new ED. No, it isn't. Okay, I'm an idiot. And yeah. Mmm. Shermans. Okay, well that tells us what the tank is gonna be. Let me Google the tank. Hold on. M4 Sherman. American medium tank became one of the most successful tank models of all time. So, highly popular, very mass-produced American tank for World War II with a number of different variants on different stuff. Cool. Good. And it seems like Saunders as an opponent fits into the archetype of like the powerhouse school, which we see in sports anime a lot. We see it in like Haikyuu, everything. Fits into that powerhouse school archetype where you got the big program with lots of funding and their way of doing things in a regimented fashion. I assume that they'll be relatively like regimented, militaristic, command ordered, hierarchical, etc. Good, cool. Gives us even more room for creative thinking and for Miho to really show her stuff and grow into being a commander. So that's good times, good fun, good things to look forward to, and it's moving rather quickly. Now that we've really started on stuff, like it feels like we're just gonna be blazing through Sen Shadow matches, which I'm down for. It's fun. So on that note, let's jump back a little bit past some stuff that we definitely need to talk about. This we definitely need to talk about like a lot, but we'll skip over that for the moment. And because we're in a good position to do so, let's talk about the actual Sen Shadow match that takes up the first half of this episode or so. Goes until it's really like 2/3 of the episode is pure Sen Shadow, pure doing the tanks. Cool, cool, very neat. All right. So we go into it, get the lineup, and then we jump back into this moment, tying everything together, tying us back into the initial episode 1 opening sequence, and we get to see most of it again, but kind of recontextualized given that we actually understand what's happening. We know what this match is, we know who the opponents are, we know who's speaking on screen, and the camera depicts that. The camera recognizes what we know. So it no longer needs to hold us in suspense as to who's speaking because we know who is speaking and where they are relative to the camera at this moment. So instead, we can show them and actually show this interaction between them and add a little bit more of the character that we know from it. Instead of it being more disconnected and more of a mystery as we just watch the tanks roll by and hear them talk and then see them run up toward us and it begins, we get to feel the character behind these statements. And these statements all make a lot of sense for these particular characters, right? Like, it makes a lot of sense that Mako, the Senshado Taku, as I have dubbed her, would be talking about their formation and how it's so pretty. And it makes sense that Miho, as she grows as a commander, would recognize such things and be like, yep, that's really cool. And the discussion about armor-piercing shells not being able to pierce and stuff, perfect as well. And then we have this shot, which is essentially a perfect recreation of the scene we saw from the tank's POV, which is great. It's a cool idea. And then continuation, and we're in it. We are in it, and we get to see bits and bobs and bits and pieces of the actual strategy behind what's going on. Where we first saw it as just a bit of a bombastic opening ride, like, what are we doing? This is an interesting mystery. What's going on? Whoa, cool. Now we're in it and in the mindsets of our characters. So it changes everything. gives us a full understanding, and it's still fun, just in a different way. All right, we get our setup for the never spill a single drop of tea, which they will do by the end, and that's good. And we see our characters caring about each other, which is important, and everybody else kind of goofing off, but being a part of the team and getting everything ready. Okay, so what's her name? Is it Momo? I forget her name. She's a terrible shot, it seems. She misses every shot that she has fired so far, and eventually we see her get like point blank and still manage to miss. So she's got Stormtrooper aim, and that's the gag. We set up our position, and it does not work at all. One of our groups of girls flees, but then becomes sad about doing so and regretful. So that's good. They will not flee again. And this is good. This is a solid moment here where we take stock of the situation and Miho steps fully into her role as commander. Everybody, what should we do? Waiting on your command. What do we do? We're waiting for you. Waiting for you. You've got the thing. And she's a little bit frozen, a little bit freaked out, but everybody else in her crew turns to her and goes, "We'll follow your lead, dude. We got you. We got your back. Tell us what to do. We believe in you. Let's go. You can do this." And that's, I mean, it's simple, it's generic, but it's a good moment. It's solid. It's good for these characters. And what sells it is that she starts telling them what to do. She starts giving orders, and they snap to attention, with an exception. But they snap to attention and start going, right? The game is on, the chase is afoot, and the team is actually strategizing. So then there are these elements, and I actually want to talk about these, because I haven't really formulated, or hadn't until now, really formulated what I wanted to say about this type of show, and it's hard to start there. I still don't know how to phrase it. Fuck. Okay. There's a particular brand of fiction or shows. I can think of a couple of them. The one that most comes to mind is Keijo, where the implicit, like, the assumptions of the world of the show do not mirror the assumptions of our own world, and that is the basis for a comedic element in what is otherwise played entirely straight. Does that make sense? What I wrote down for it was understated ridiculousness as an element of a show. Understated insanity, understated ridiculousness. So, in Girls und Panzer, for these first 3 episodes, we are presented with the sport of Senshado, which, on the face of it, is fucking ridiculous, right? High school girls getting into hardcore military weapons, shooting at each other in public spaces that are habitated with people watching nearby, right? Crashing into stores and shit. It's ridiculous. As is the idea that like to have girls drive tanks and compete with each other is somehow going to tie into womanliness and make them gentle wives and stuff. I don't think that's true. I don't think it's any more true than any other activity having any kind of gendered normative role. Same goes for something like ikebana, or flower arranging, or sewing, or anything else. It doesn't matter. It's ridiculous, the whole thing. The idea that the entirety of society is aware of this sport and fans of it and will go out and sit on a lawn to watch it projected on a gigantic screen is insane. The idea that there will be people who will instead of hunkering down and trying to get into whatever is the closest approximation of a basement is nearby, will actively go outside of their buildings onto roofs in order to wave and watch tanks drive down their streets and shoot at each other. Ridiculous. But every single element of it is played 100% straight. Senshado is a serious sport with serious competitors. People care about it. People cheer for it. People care about their having a home team. people are excited that the school is reinstituting its Senshato team. It is nationally televised, maybe internationally televised. It's a big fucking deal, and it's normal in the context of the show. That's funny. It's funny because it's ridiculous, because it's the unexpected, because it's weird. And there's a particular brand of show that does this, and the closest to it that I can think of is Keijo, which I also think is a fantastic show. I think Keijo is great, and I think everybody should watch it to see how a sports shonen should be done just perfectly. It's just pitch perfect. The thing about Keijo is it's considered a comedy, and there are some comedic elements that are like referential to other shows and some genuinely comedic elements, but by and large, the funny part of Keijo is the fact that everybody within the context of the show takes it seriously, because it's ridiculous to us. The idea that there would be a sport that is so obviously tuned and created for the delivery of fan service to the audience, a sport that is entirely built around hot chicks hitting each other with their butts and boobs while wearing swimsuits in order to knock each other into the water. Like, that's the whole sport. Boobs and butts is the whole thing. But the show never thinks of that as being a joke, right? The show knows that it's a joke. It knows that it's funny, but it never addresses it as a humorous element. Same thing is going on here. Senshato is ridiculous. The fact that everybody is down for Senshato is ridiculous, but it's great. And so it's funny, and there's nothing to it but to buy in and have fun with it. It's lovely. I really like it. So I just wanted to mention that because it finally clicked for me in this episode that, like, yeah, that's part of what's going on here. There's this continuous layer of goofiness just from the premise, just from the core premise of the show, and nothing more. All right, the battle itself is also really fun, I think. This whole sequence where we end up in guerrilla tactics, doing shots where we're like tracking them as they go through the area, like checking corners and searching carefully. Very fun. Very spy versus spy, or fighter versus fighter, or even almost horror movie elements of like the monster tracking the prey or the victims. Super cool. And all the little elements of bait and switches and the little mind games, they just are sold to us. They just work. We've got this perfect confidence here, and then we see the slow roll behind them, omae wa mo, except that their gun isn't heavy enough to actually take the tank out. Fuck. But boom. How could they get us? Not one drop. But they show that they are worthy opponents. Pretty fucking dope. Pretty fucking dope. Yeah, so your stug has a low profile unless you attach 4 gigantic flags to it. Whoops. Alright. Fun. And then our back gets up against a wall. So we go on the chase. This is so cool. Yeah, I mean, you just really feel the momentum of everything and the whole sequence. And then there's the sequence where they lose control and barrel into the shop, and it's so good that it's here. It's so good. Hey, you can't always keep control. This is just a really fun one. It's great. And then the reaction to it ties in once again to the ridiculousness of this whole thing. Not only is Senshato normal, not only is it normal to be competing with tanks in populated areas, but it's a blessing from on high to have your objects destroyed by them. Oh, please, great Senshato masters, please bless my shop with destroying my shop. Maybe I can put a thing on the wall, a framed certificate that says this shop was rebuilt after being destroyed by Miho Nishizuma, and now she's the champion Senshato person of all time. I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous. A good omen. Insane, but lovely. And then the glorious return of the student council. How wonderful. And then the big chase. This portion of the thing does remind me a bit of episode 2 of Kokiyasu Lelouch, The Rebellion, just because of the one sequence. I'm sure if you've seen it, which I'm sure you probably have. There's the one sequence where he has his temporary allies shoot through a wall, right? It's almost exactly like that, because she gets them lined up to get into the perfect position to fire upon another tank, and it's just perfect. Anyway, weird place to go with that reference idea. We go for a balls to the walls final shot. The explosion occurs, and what we essentially do with this sequence is the equivalent of the ultra classic, like two samurai on a field. They whoosh toward each other. The screen goes black. They show up on either side of each other, and then they sit, and then one of them topples. Right? It's that classic thing, because before the smoke clears, you have no idea who's won. We just there was an explosion, and who did it? And we open, and the topple occurs. Right? It's identical, functionally identical to samurai swing. It's functionally identical. It's perfect. Very good. All right, and then yeah, she is watching. She is pleased with their performance despite losing, but we did very well, and we gained some respect. But promises are promises, and so and so this happens. I have no words. I have no words. This enters into a realm of legend. This enters into a particular tier of particular anime scenes that are untouchable and priceless. The most valuable things in this world. It will live on in my heart forever, alongside the likes of I'll take a potato chip and eat it, alongside the likes of the torture dance, alongside the likes of beef stroganoff. We have a new entry. It is the anglerfish dance. And it is glorious. And I would not trade it for the world. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Utterly ridiculous. And the best part, it's a better dance sequence than any idol anime that any seasonal idol anime that I've seen in years. Significantly better. It's really good. I mean, it's really good. It's simultaneously hilarious, well put together to be ridiculous, and fan servicey. And really well animated. I didn't expect that we would ever get to see it. I'm so happy. This is amazing. I love it. Okay. I mean, okay, let's be real. There's not much to say about it. It's a wonderful little non sequitur, and there's way too much animation effort put into it for what it is, and I appreciate every frame of it. It is wunderbar. Just excellent. Gonna be held atop that. Okay, and then finally there is the bit of conflict here. So we meet the mom. The mom doesn't want her doing that. She wants her doing classic girl things, specifically ikebana, because it seems to be a family thing. But she ends up sticking up for herself at Shinazoburo or whatever, at his urging, and digs her heels in, that's the phrase. Digs her heels in and says, "I'm not going to quit Senshado." Good. And is now kicked out of her house because that's how these things go. How dare you bring shame upon my family by doing a thing that's widely respected and regarded as like a good and normal and socially normative activity for young women. It's weird. It doesn't quite click, you know, with everything we've heard about Senshado up to this point. Which means either mom is real biased or that's all propaganda. I think it's mom is real biased. I don't know. It's a pretty straightforward conflict, right? Family pressure versus own desire and friends. But it's done well. It's executed solidly enough. And we make our way on board and we flash forward to the next match, Saunders. Cool. Those are some cool looking little cakey things. Those are neat. All right. Excellent pair of episodes of Girls und Panzer. Definitely glad that I watched the both of them. This was a really good time. Both episodes were a really good time. A really fun show. I like it a lot. Anglerfish Dance is definitely the standout moment for me. Duh. All right. We'll wrap there. Me Teeaboo. This goop. It's not goop. It's not gup. It's goop. Goop. Yes. Goop. Episodes 3 and 4. I hope you've enjoyed them as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week for episode 5 and maybe 6. I don't know. Unless somebody tells me that the watch order thing that I read at the very beginning of this thing is a good idea, and then I'll watch some OVAs next week instead, or along with. I don't know how long the OVAs are, so we'll see. In any case, that's it for me. I will see you next week. Peace.